Hey you guys, so y'all already know I'm gonna just get into the video because y'all clicked on this for a reason, and this is kind of like an update video of where I'm at now, but also I just want to talk to people of why and how I came to the conclusion that it was time for me to leave my 9 to 5. Y'all, I can't do 9 to 5s. Like, that's just not me. I did it for many years. After that, I just made a decision that it's time for me to go. It was just time for me to go. We were taught to work for other people. Nobody really taught us how to be an entrepreneur and make our own money and run our own businesses. Why? Because they need those people to work for them. Especially these big corporations need people like us to work for them to get their job done. Meanwhile, we working hours throughout the whole year, making not enough money at all. Majority of the people are still below poverty. Yes, they can work long hours and some people might be able to get overtime, but you're paying that back in taxes and you're just overall screwing yourself over, if I'm just being frank. But we were taught to work, retire, and live off our retirement, which is not enough to live off of. Or, oh, you get Social Security. But the thing is one, with the Social Security, they change the age all the time. So right when you think you're getting close, then they might change the age. 2, you might pass away before then, to be honest. And the sad thing about it, all those hours that you worked and put into it, if you don't have kids that are under the age of 18, they take all of it. It doesn't go to your kid. Even if they're adult, they don't. That money does not go to them. They are only going to the kids if they are under the age of 18 and in school. And then I think maybe if they go to college just for a couple of years, and that's it. And the government takes the rest. So you might have worked all those days, had this stuff taken out your check, even though you might have not wanted to, and the government still controls it. And from what I hear, the money ain't even there no way. They use it. So you work all these hours, they might give you 2 weeks of vacation. 2 weeks. And when I say 2 weeks, that's Monday through Friday. So it's literally only 10 days. And I'm just saying Monday through Friday or whatever 5 days you work out of the whole year for most jobs. When I tell you, it is just stupid. And this is how you live your life. Underpaid, barely making it, planning for a whole year to take one little vacation, and then you feel guilty about taking a vacation because now you're broke again. That is one of the reasons. You miss out on things with your family, can't spend time with your kids. Jobs just act like they own you. I started like a few years before I left, I started reading like successful books. One of the books that I read was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't know if you guys have ever read that book, but that really just kind of like woke me up. Basically, it just goes into detail about how to be successful and how we were taught to not be. No offense to our parents that didn't have anybody telling them, because nobody tells us this. But they said, you know, the poor dad teaches their kids to go to school, go to college, work so many years until you're 60 or whatever, 50, 60, and then retire. That's how we were taught in school, is to work under people. Go to school so you can work under people. So that it wasn't like a lot of classes for you to like really become your own boss. So then if you didn't go to school, you ended up in these jobs that really didn't pay. And sometimes if you did go to school, you still got all these loans to pay back. And I've heard of some people complaining, saying they couldn't even get a mortgage because their debt to income ratio was so bad because of their school loans. I felt like, you know, God was just telling me like, it's time to go, it's time to go. He was just making me so uncomfortable with my job, but I would always try to make myself even more comfortable with my job, or I would plan a vacation, and now I gotta work to pay off this vacation, or we're not gonna go and we already committed to it. You just keep going down this cycle that just keeps you at your job. It's something that happens, your car messes up, so now you gotta work hard to get that money back, or whatever you were supposed to pay, whatever bill with that money, and now you gotta work. It's always something, and it's always something in the devil distracting you to continue to stay where you're at. But every time I went, it got worse and worse for me. It just times I was emotional, and I was just like, I wish I could just walk out. I wish I could just walk out. But I was so fearful that I was gonna put my family in a financial bind that they were used to living a certain way, and I wasn't going to be able to keep that up, because my job had a lot of overtime, and so anytime we wanted to go somewhere, I could get the money. Like, I could just work, but it's like time passed me by and my kids grew up so fast. And yes, I was at all of their games just because I knew how to work my schedule and talk to my managers at times to kind of work around that and still be there for my kids. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot. But I'm not gonna go into detail with all of that because I said this in another video, and I'll put the link up, but it just wasn't for me. So I made the decision 7 months ago to leave my job, and here we are. I have more time. I'm starting to get back in the groove of making my videos. I am really close to being monetized, you guys. So if you love this video, go ahead and subscribe. But I am getting that much closer. I have learned so much with my business. Is my business where I want it to be? No. I realized that if I didn't quit, I was never going to reach my goals. I thought I was going to be able to reach these goals and working. Me personally, maybe because I have my hands in so much stuff, and it's not just a business, it's a YouTube channel too, you know, it's ebooks and all this stuff. Since I have my hands in so much stuff, there was not enough time for me to do that, working a 9-to-5 job. I was never going to get there. And I have been spending so much time on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for some years, and I have like over 200 and something videos. That's how long I've been working and not even getting paid and not even being monetized. Why? I never had the time to really consistently put my time into it because, like I said, I was working long hours. It wasn't like I was just working 9-to-5 for real. There was a lot of times I was working doubles. You might work and then go to school at night, and it's so hard to actually get what you want going. And I probably would have been in a cycle of eventually trying to retire from my job if I did not take a leap of faith and just like, okay, God, I feel like you're pushing me to this. Let me just do it. Even though the income was not calculating for me, it wasn't adding up. Yes, my husband works, but like I said, he's salary. I was able to pick up all the extra hours. Like, the money, it wasn't there, and I still was just like, I'm leaving, and I can't believe I'm still shocked to this day that I did it. When I called my husband, I said I just want to leave. He's just like, just leave. He's been telling me that, just leave, we'll figure it out. You know, God will work it out if that's what you feel like you're gonna do. Parents, they was all on board. That's when I was like, okay, God, now I just need to get myself on board and just leave. So I learned so much in my business. I realized that I didn't even have everything in order, but I learned so much, and now I'm able to talk to you guys about the like ups and downs and the struggles of being an entrepreneur. If you guys want to hear that, let me know. Comment down below, because sometimes, you know, fear creeps in and you're like, well, why would anybody want to listen to me? Because I haven't, you know, made it to where I want to be yet to show, you know, all the progress and everything. But sometimes I realize that I wish I seen more videos of people in my state of trying to figure it out, trying to get your business up and running, instead of the people that finally made it. Because yeah, they're telling you everything that you need to do, but I want to know the ups and downs. What was the roadblocks and everything like that. So let me know if you guys would like more videos like that, of the roadblocks that I hit when it comes to my business and things that I have learned in my business, because I plan to share a lot of that stuff with you guys anyways. But I have learned so much in these 7 months. Bills have been paid in these 7 months. You know, lights is on, rent is paid, everything, and we are even considering moving to a different state. Everything has really been good. We're actually kind of going on a little vacation in a couple weeks, and everything is good. Everything is good. No, I'm not balling out of control. Absolutely not. But God has made it work every single time. There's times that I calculate things at the bills and I'm like, ooh, we're gonna be short. Second that day hits, because God done taught me to stop worrying. And finally, when I just stopped worrying, I would sit there, and I don't know if you guys ever dealt with this, or experienced this. I would sit there and write my bills down and be like, man, we just gonna have to see where we at and just see. And then when that time comes to pay the bills and I do the calculations over, I'm like, oh, we was good. Oh, we were good. Like, that is crazy to me. That is super crazy. It still amazes me, and the support that I have gotten from my family is amazing too. Like, just to keep me going, supporting my business, asking me about my business, you know, and where I'm at. It's just been amazing. Me and my cousin, we kind of bounce ideas off of each other because she's a content creator too. It was the best decision I have ever made. I'm not going back. I cannot see myself ever working again. And I am just so appreciative of the journey. I am loving the process. That's what you got to do. You're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to cry. And I'm telling you, you're going to get a relationship with God during this time, because it will draw you to him. Be like, okay, God, this is completely out of my control. I need you to take over. Take the wheel, Jesus. But enjoy the process, because in that process, even though money ain't flowing because you constantly watching all these other creators that went through this already and now they're making all this money and you're like, oh, I want to be there now. You know, money is not going to just flow like that. But the process is the most important thing, because once you know what you're doing and you get the hang of what you need to do for your business or whatever, you can go far with that. You can teach people, you can make ebooks, you can make these videos and teach people, you know. It will give you endless possibilities. So you want to take the time and trust the process, enjoy the process, enjoy everything that you've learned. You will hit roadblocks. Some things will fail. You have to start over. But I have learned that I am stronger than what I thought, and that God is giving me the strength to continue to do what I'm doing. And to sit there and still show up every day on Facebook, show up every day on YouTube, and I haven't been monetized. But because I understand where I'm at, I understand what I did wrong. So I had to go back and strategize and do all of that. And I'm okay, and I'm still showing up every day and happy to do it too. So it's teaching me to love what I'm doing, and it doesn't feel like a job. It just feels like my dreams, and I can make my own hours, but at the same time, I'm tough on myself and making sure that I do what I need to do. It just taught me, it was like accomplishment for me to really see myself like push through and pray and like, man, you keep going, girl. You keep going and just keep doing it. It really just showed me a whole nother level of strength that I've never seen in myself before. And I appreciate God for giving me that, because trust me, if I ain't have him, I don't know what I would do. But yes, I hope this helps you take that step. If you really feel like this is just not for you, you might not want to just take a leap of faith and just, I tell people, take a leap of faith. If you feel like God telling you to do that, take a leap of faith. And sometimes you don't know, but you know this ain't for you. And I remember asking my mother, what made you leave your job? Like, how did you just know? And I asked my dad the same thing, and they both said the same thing. It's just like when you just not feeling it, when you're dreading to be there, when you don't feel right. And I thought they were gonna tell me, oh wait, get another job first. No, they were just like, I get where you're going, and if that ain't for you, that ain't for you. And that's when I knew like it just wasn't for me. And that was God telling me that the whole time, but I was just trying to still just make it work. Oh God, I'll leave on this date, because I had a plan, but I had a plan a couple times. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave on this date, but that date wouldn't work out, and I ended up leaving earlier than what I really wanted to, because God was like, it's time to go. It's time to go. And ooh, I'm gonna make something with that. It was time to go. So with that being said, it was the best decision I've ever made, and everything has worked out. Everything continues to work out. Yes, I am seeing growth, if you guys want to know that. Yes, I am seeing growth with the consistency. And can I go harder? Yes. Am I going to go harder? Yes. But things are growing. Things are looking way better than it was 6 months ago. So I just appreciate it. But like I said, if you are a person that still is a little fearful, even though you know God doesn't want you to fear, but if you're just not ready to take that step yet, I will say, if you see yourself doing something else and you have talent and you know you can do that, work on that while you have a job. If you're not working late hours and you can kind of start that, then start it. Just start what you want to do. Stop waiting for your job to settle down, because it's never going to settle down. Stop waiting to start because you have, other things are in the way. Just do it. And I think that's because I just did it, and I just did my YouTube and all that stuff. while I was working, it gave me the courage and just like that urge to finally let go, you know, even though it wasn't a concrete backup plan, but it was something that I wanted to do. So sometimes you just have to start it first to give you that courage to let go of your 9 to 5. And these 9 to 5s just ain't the same no more. It really ain't. I know entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but I feel like if you are watching this video, then you have thought about being an entrepreneur. You have thought about leaving your 9 to 5 job, whether it's maybe it's for something else or whatever the case may be. But if you're watching this video, you wanted to see something because you have this burning feeling that just won't go away, and you just have this like feeling in your heart that's like, this isn't for me. I want so much more out of my life. And I'm glad you came to this video. So I hope this video helped inspire you, helped you to kind of think about it and do what you need to do. It's not gonna be easy starting off. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what did I do starting off? But trust me, I hold on to my faith with God, and I went to God every time I was struggling like that, and he helped me completely and helped me keep going. I didn't get no job. I didn't do that. Like, he just helped me keep going. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. Whatever you ask for, he will work that out if he knows that that's what you need. And that's exactly what he did. Like, he knew my bills. He knew where it was at. And I'm 7, like I said, I'm 7 months. And during that 7 months, y'all, my rent went up hundreds of dollars. Okay, went up hundreds of dollars. Now y'all know I was like, oh my gosh, why did I leave my job? Like, oh my gosh. And with a 30-day notice, like, that was it. But I understand business, so I'm not upset with that person. That's business. Even with that, things still went on as scheduled. And my husband was like, don't worry about it. We got this. So I hope this video helps. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying subscribe because I just want y'all to naturally do that. I just want y'all to be like, ooh, she good. Let me click that button. I'm gonna stop doing that. But go ahead, give your girl a like or something. Do something. But until next time, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.